looking at this wall, I think I wanted to add a few more. So as you can see here, I picked up 3 more slats here, and I'm going to put 2 over here and 1 here. At one point I considered putting from there, from the bottom of the shelf down on this side, maybe 3. A little small, that's just overdoing it. It's getting ridiculous now. And I would have covered this entire wall, but only because I have it matching the TV console, that wouldn't look right. So the side slots it is. I'll have to do a little bit more black painting over here and here. And I had purchased some wallpaper, black wallpaper, so I wouldn't have to paint, but of course I didn't use that because I'd have to cut it so it would fit in here properly and do all this. It's easy for me just to go ahead and paint it. Just that little area. And then I purchased some bigger slots because I want to do a design on my bedroom headboard wall. And I'm still trying to figure out what direction I want to go in. Then I have to clean up my messy home. I also purchased one of these because since I'm doing these little installations around here, I thought it was good for me to have a mattress saw. When we left LA, we had one, but he sold it. And so I didn't realize now that I need one, so I went and bought myself one so I can do my little DIY projects. He does have a skill saw if we ever need that. But for these little projects that I'm doing, I went ahead and got this. This is the black matte wallpaper that I purchased because I did not feel like painting on the wall. So I cut the strips down to what I needed in width so I can add some more slat panels. Let's go in here. Guess you can tell I'm out of breath and tired. I added some more. I added these 2 and this one, which I will stain them eventually. I just want a little bit wider. I'm still sitting, watching TV, staring at the wall. The crazy in me. This is where I kind of messed up in here. Anyway, you live and you learn. I'll just know next time if there's going to be a next time. I don't think there's another wall I'm going to do in this house like that. I might do something. I'm going to do something different on my headboard wall. I just haven't figured out which direction I want to go in yet. However, I cut the little strips down, the matte wallpaper strips. As you can see, I'm going to have to touch up in here with a little bit of black paint on a fine artist paintbrush. And here as well. And I just ran this is a matte wallpaper, peel and stick wallpaper. All this here is paint. And then eventually, oh dear. See, now I should have stained this piece before I put it on my wall because I run the risk of getting paint on my wall. Getting stain on my wall if I'm not very careful. Oh boy, the impatientness of myself. Always rushing and not taking my time, but that's me. I want something and I want it done. Let's step back here. Look at it, excuse my mess. I'm sitting here and I'm looking at it now. It's a little wider. I could have taken it all the way in the corner, but I'd have to separate the pieces and do it there on the back of that wall. But what I should have done in the first place when I did this was to start with my end and work my way over. But never mind. Started here and worked my way in, which kind of threw everything off because I'm rushing, not taking my time. Anyway, I like it. I like the way it looks. Like I said, at one point I considered doing from here to here a couple of pieces, but sometimes you can overdo something and just mess the whole thing up. So I think I'm going to leave well enough alone, as I had mentioned before, because I don't want it to look hideous. It already matches the furniture, and if I take it across that entire wall and my entertainment console is the same, it's not going to look right to me. I would have to end up doing that whole thing, just paint it all black, and that's not what I want to do. Now the wall behind me, where I'm sitting behind me here, turn around, is a panel wall. I really don't like it. I would like to do something with it. But as you probably know, this stuff is not cheap. Now you see how they framed it out here? That's what I want to do in my bedroom. Start with the ceiling, put it on one board, all the way across, go down the sides on each side, but that requires me moving the bed away from the wall, taking it apart and pushing, because I have an adjustable mattress frame. I had to pull that all out from the wall, and of course staple all this around and then do my little design. Then I'm thinking about doing a horizontal design all the way across. No vertical, just this is vertical, up and down. Horizontal is like, you can't see like my blinds, go in the opposite direction. Same direction as the shelf. And I thought about doing some, you know, on the wall, maybe 1, 2, I don't know, in the bedroom. But I shall see. You know, actually sitting back here and looking at this, even though some pieces aren't stained, you really can't tell unless you really, really stare at it. But when I feel like it and it's energetic enough, I will stain it. In the meantime, I'm going to put my flower pot back over there and my faux Birds of Paradise plant from IKEA back in the corner. And the only person that'll notice is me. I decided to take these pieces out to the garage and stain them this time. The first time I did it, I stained it on the wall, which was a big no-no. Using the Veritane wood stock, gun stock. And before, when I did it, I used the same brand, but I used the golden oak. The gun stock is going to make this a little bit darker. This is where I made my mistake. I should have stuck to the golden oak. I added 3 more boards to this side of the wall. This, and this, which I'm trying to stain. And it looks like I need to go back over and stain this some more, very carefully. Then I've decided, after sitting there staring, I want to put some on this side. I don't want to cover the entire wall. I just want to do a little bit here, a little bit there. See how that looks. What I am doing with this wall here that I didn't do over there is be patient. I rushed it. Part of it is painted on the wall and the other part is wallpaper. The additional 3 pieces that I added, the smell of this stuff, is wallpaper. Over here, I'm trying to decide if I just want to go ahead and paint this or just use the wallpaper. I've already stained the additional wood pieces. They're in the garage right now. And I need to fix that at the bottom of this. You can't see it, but there. I'm going to take those pieces out at the bottom, make that look a lot better. Now that I've stained the additional pieces outside, I'm going to have to stain all of this to match, which is going to be, of course, the darker stain, the gun stock. Like I said before, I should have used the golden oak like I did the first time. I'm not necessarily feeling this darker shade, but it's all right. All right, as you can see, this is a lot darker than here. I made a mistake. I did it outside in the garage and I stained it too dark. I should have stuck with my golden oak color. As you can see, this is lighter, of course. And I'm going to at some point try to sand this down, lighten it up, and then restain it. Let's see. Yeah, see, I could have done a better job, but yeah, I used the wrong stain here. But it's okay. You live and you learn. I just removed all this from around the table, around the edges of the table. Had it trimmed out. I did end up buying some banding to put around here, but I'm going to have to sand all this first, clean this up. This table has been with me a long time. Patch up the holes. This goes in the trash. I'm going to bring this table back to life because I'm tired of just the glass. I want a wood top and the glass on top of it. I purchased this iron-on wood veneer to put around the edges of this table. Okay. Alright, I'm doing the iron-on banding. And once I get that done, I'm going to take my box cutter and trim any excess off. And then eventually I'm going to sand this table down and stain it. It's cold right now. This is all I'm doing for right now. Stay tuned for the finished project. Coming soon one day. I decided I'm going to hang my sconces on the side of these pictures. I've had them down for a while. I've also had these sconces for years. They were up here once before as painted gold. They were rustic once upon a time. I painted them gold. Now they're black matte. And I'm going to put it up here. But I use the blue tape to measure out to see if they're going to be even. Now this side looks a little further than the other. I think I'm going to have to get another eye because I don't know. From looking at this, this looks a little wider than that. Here was a stud, so I didn't need to use an anchor. I had to use one there. On this side, I will have to, I don't know if you can see the two pre-drill holes. Now, both are going to require anchors. All right, they're both up. I have candles I can put up there, battery operated candles, and I think I'm going to put a couple of interchangeable colorful LED puck lights there, just so it could illuminate the wall.